Okay, welcome back everyone. It is Friday and I'm feeling a little bit better. I got myself a little bit more together today. So today I had the honor and pleasure of channeling with my friend Stephanie, and we were greeted by alien Lilith, who gave a message today to share with the public. And she told us the first thing she wanted to say was that we are in the biggest shift of humanity ever. We are in the thick of it right now. She described it as us being in the eye of the storm currently. I know a lot of us are feeling it, myself included. And she said we can expect these energies to reach a crescendo in the next 2 weeks. And she described that crescendo as critical mass event, a timeline nexus point shift. She also said that there was a timeline shift yesterday. And I asked her, are those indicators on the Schumann resonance of the black lines indicators of timeline shifts? And she confirmed, yes, those are very good visual representations for us to keep track of all of the shifts that are happening. But she did say that in the next 2 weeks, there is going to be a crescendo of energies to reach that critical mass event, which will lead to auroras everywhere. Hence the auroras. She said we can expect that critical mass event to turn our DNA online, activate our light bodies, activate our gifts. This is when we might expect our clairs to come online for those of us who have been moving towards that direction already. She said that after that event, we can expect not just 3 days of darkness, like that's a scary thing, but she described it more as like 3 days of silence, where there may be interruptions in technology, but that she described it as sort of like camping. Take this opportunity to stay inside, relax. No one's going to expect you anywhere. Things will give us a pause. And so enjoy this. Integrate these energies. Rest as your body is going through the changes. And she said, just like some of us are feeling right now, myself included, a little bit haggard with all these energies thrown our way, this is because our bodies are catching up to the consciousness shifts that are going on. Allow them to happen. Integrate, rest, ground with nature. Because the importance of grounding with nature is that Gaia, the consciousness of our planet, is going through this shift as well. This is all for her. This is the Gaia show. And connecting with her helps not just us, but her as well. Because she is going through this shift. It's difficult on her too. And she's accepting all these energies, and that is leading to more things like an increased level of weather patterns that may be disruptive, volcanoes, etc., those kinds of things. She did also want to make note that there are some weather conditions like the Jamaican storm that are man-made and not natural, and so always use your discernment with things like that. There may be an uptick in cases of those as well, but more of us are becoming conscious and aware of those plans, so good luck to them. They're going to need it. The light has already gone. There also may be some propaganda about alien invasions, so keep an eye on that. And remember, feel into your body what feels like a lie or truth. If something is trying to cause you fear, it probably isn't true. It is opposing forces trying to lower your vibration with fear and divisiveness. She said that those of us who have not done the work already to make room for these energies, these frequencies coming into our lives, may be experiencing what she called personal life deconstruction phases right now, where everything seems to be crumbling, like what we're seeing on the main stage of our government. Things aren't going well, and that's for a reason, because it's making room for what's to come. But she said, as far as the collective of us, the majority of us doing our spiritual work, she described what we are doing, riding the waves beautifully, that we're doing a wonderful job. There was nothing but proud. They feel so proud of us. And that even though we may feel crummy physically, or maybe we're hard on ourselves thinking we're not doing enough, she wanted to reassure everyone, you are doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. Radiate authenticity, anchor in joy, anchor in light, and ground with nature. This is the key to going through this storm together and coming out the other side on top. She also wanted to remind everyone that there is confirmation that the motherships are set to arrive once this nexus point establishes itself in the crescendo of the next 2 weeks. Motherships are set to arrive before our year 2026, because she described that the year 2026 is going to be the year of deconstruction of our banking systems, of our government systems, of our school systems. And while all this new change and energy coming in may sound scary, like we're losing what we thought we needed, she wanted to reassure everyone that behind the scenes, there are players in place already ready with instructions on what to do to make the transition as smooth as possible for what's to come. That new systems are already planned and in place, and that this is going to go a lot smoother than many of us are ready to understand. This is a group effort, and there are a lot of moving pieces. I like to think of it as a very elaborate Bridgerton dance. We all have our part to play, and everyone is playing it beautifully. Those were her words. She also wanted to point out that the silence that we're experiencing globally about 3i Atlas is not an accident. It is very much on purpose, and she described it as guilty by omission, that these government groups like NASA and other ones around the world, they are aware that this is not a comet. They don't want to come out and reveal that they know this, because what then? It kind of opens Pandora's box of what else they've been keeping from us. And so trust that all of this is just further proof that it is not a comet. It is very much something else, something bigger, and it is all part of this whole grand dance that we're going through. So keep your head up, authenticity and joy. We're anchoring in this light. Everything is going exactly as planned, and we are going to get through this storm together. All for one and one for all.